apparently unstoppable rise of the internet, we are reading more books than ever, it seems. Discounting indeed by book chains, television programmes which recommend a good read, all helping to send volumes flying off the shelves nowadays. One of Scotland's most acclaimed authors, Ron Butlin, has been at the Edinburgh International Book Festival and joins us now from the Scottish capital. Good morning and welcome. No, you're shaking your head. Can you hear us?
Yep, I can hear you. It's fine. Here we are on a beautiful summer's day.
Good. I'm glad to hear it. We were saying, Ron, in our introduction that it seems that, you know, despite more and more television, DVD players, computer games, the internet, the book is still here to stay.
Very much so, and even more, I'm glad to see readers are here to stay. Even as we're standing here, they're kind of streaming in through the doors at about 9:30 in the morning, and writers love to meet readers, and so we're having a very good time.
Now, you've got your new book, No More Angels, at the festival, and of course you've won many prizes before yourself. Are you hoping for yet more acclaim there?
Well, we always hope. I did a reading here last night that was very well attended and sold lots of books afterwards. And it's partly kind of a serious business, of course, but it's also an entertainment, you know, so we have a chance to read aloud, we have a chance to be questioned in an amiable way by our readers, our collaborators, we could almost call them, and have a very enjoyable evening. So I'm hoping that it all went well. It seemed to.
Now, I don't know if you've had time to read the Sunday Telegraph this morning, but Ian McEwan has been featured in the Mandrake column by Tim Walker, talking about the Man Booker Prize. Of course, he's up for the Booker again this time, but basically saying that it's a bit of a lottery and you know, it's whoever's name is in the frame. I mean, is there an element of that creeping into the publishing world now, that if it's your chance, it's Buggin's turn?
I think that's probably true. I mean, the notion of the celebrity culture has certainly crept in rather a big way, and it's so quite, you know, less number of people sell more books. But there's no doubt there was someone like, for example, our own J.K. Rowling getting children interested in reading. There's a whole generation come up who are avid readers and that are consolidating, and we hope will carry on reading as adults, and so that maybe other writers as well as the celebrity ones will, their books will be read and enjoyed. Yeah,
I mean, therefore, should we worry too much about that sort of thing? Because obviously when you get the high street book chains, and of course most towns now have a very good selection of bookshops to choose from, it all helps the book industry, it helps people to get involved in books and to read as well.
Yes, I think my own book, No More Angels, was launched earlier this week at an independent bookshop in Edinburgh, and that has a rare experience of being a bookshop that actually has expanded in the last year. And what they hope to do, for example, is make their bookshop a centre for not only readings but discussions and talks and all kinds of get-togethers based on word, as it's called, word power. So I think the independents are coming back in, and so too are smaller publishers' independents coming back in. My own publisher, Serpent's Tail, is along with Profile together one of the largest of the independents, and they seem to be doing very well indeed. And of course up in Edinburgh here we have Canongate as well, which is a kind of UK-led, UK main brand that's sold worldwide too.
And have those small publishing houses, indeed the independent bookshops, had quite a tough time of it? I mean, remember the discussion, of course, when J.K. Rowling's latest book came out, the Harry Potter volume, and Asda, I think, was selling it for $5.99, and there was a bit of an outcry about that.
Yeah, I think when the net book agreement went, you know, when books could only be sold at a fixed price, then the flood doors were absolutely open to, you know, Asda, Tesco, etc., really cutting the price of books, and that hit the independents very hard, and also hit the writers very hard, because the publishers then concentrated on fewer titles and gave large discounts. But I think that somehow sanity is beginning to come back in again. And from talking with readers yesterday, I could see that they're much more interested in not just reading the main titles, but in reading kind of lesser known people, and once they discover someone, then following through, perhaps even like myself, I hope, obviously, with No More Angels.
Indeed, we have to talk very quickly about you, Ron, before we leave you, because it's fascinating to learn that you've been a lyricist with a pop band, a barnacle scraper on a Thames barge, a footman attending embassies, and a male model. Do you have to live that sort of life to become a successful author?
Well, it all goes into the mix. I mean, the male model was great. I didn't even have to get dressed to do it. But at the moment, for example, the book that I'm in the middle of writing draws on my experiences as a footman, as does part of No More Angels, where I had to stand about with trays and drinks. And now occasionally I get a chance to drink from the trays.
Quite right too. Ron, it's been a great pleasure talking to you. Thanks very much indeed for joining us from Edinburgh, and all success to you.
Thank you, Mark. Goodbye.
The only barnacle-scraping male model author that we've spoken to on Sunrise so far this year. Let's return to more serious matters now, of course.